Good evening. What an amazing honor it is for me to be able to welcome you to the kickoff of the 2017 NASO conference. I wish I was there in person so I could shake your hand and congratulate each of you for leading the way in your profession. I can only imagine the energy, enthusiasm, pride, and camaraderie in the room tonight. I'm particularly pleased and quite frankly thrilled to be part of your program this evening. Because all of my life, from the day I was born as an Army brat to this very minute as an Army retiree, I've been part of a profession that values teamwork, trust, personal courage, humility, and has a work ethic that holds people to a higher standard. The very same values that define you and your profession. I'm certain that we have some military veterans in the crowd, and I want to thank you for your service and congratulate NASO for getting behind the Battlefield to Ballfields program to bring our service veterans into the referee and sports officiating community. I truly believe whether you serve our country for 2 years, 5 years, 20 years or more, you return to your communities as better citizens because of the experiences and the leadership opportunities you are given in the military. You might be surprised to know that ever since I was a little girl, all I ever wanted to do was be a coach and physical education teacher. I was a tomboy and loved the outdoors and sports of all kinds. I could usually outrun all the boys, and that ability has served me well over the years. As a kid, I played dodgeball, kickball, and tetherball. Our school teachers were the officials back in those days. And in high school and college, I competed in tennis, gymnastics, and track. All sports requiring someone with an impartial eye for calling the shots. I went to the State University of New York at Cortland because they had an outstanding reputation for producing coaches and physical education teachers. Not only did they teach me the various nuances of most sports, but we also studied the art of officiating, refereeing, and scoring. This was back in the early 70s before Title IX. There were no scholarships for women. We played and competed for the love of the sport. But little did I know, my tennis and gymnastic coaches would end up being two of the most unforgettable and influential people in my life. But I can assure you that even back then, I learned as much from losing as I did from winning, and I learned about building teams and building confidence. While my lifelong journey didn't end up exactly as I had imagined growing up, what I realized after serving 38 years in the Army is that I really did end up fulfilling my childhood dream. I just ended up doing it in a different classroom and a different profession. I ended up coaching thousands of men and women on and off the battlefield in a very physically demanding profession, the United States Army. My husband and I are still avid sports fans. My husband is one of those guys who analyzes the plays before the announcer does. And yes, he calls the penalties often before the referees. I used to be surprised when his calls were spot on and the announcer, referee, or umpire parroted his exact words, but not anymore. But being the quarterback on the couch and calling the game with the benefit of high-definition TV, instant replays, is not and cannot be compared to being there live, being right there on the scene, being there, seeing the call through your lens, and making split-second decisions. Understandably, in my profession, the decisions we make can have life or death consequences. The split-second decisions you make may feel like life and death as portrayed by the media or by the cascade of boos emanating from the crowd, but it is the fairness, integrity, and trust that you bring to the field of play that guarantees the final results will be accepted and deemed as final for the record books. The most important message I can share with you, regardless of profession, is that our decisions have consequences. Your calls matter. As long as you make a call or make a decision through your impartial eye, a call that leverages every ounce of integrity, every bit of personal courage, experience, and professionalism, you can't go wrong. Because when we do that, we can look ourselves squarely in the mirror every morning and say, I made the right calls for the right reasons. Now, there's one other thought I would like to leave with you here tonight, and that is, no amount of technology, no amount of instant replays, no Monday morning quarterback can ever replace the human dimension that you bring to the game. No technology can replace the fist pump of the umpire behind home plate when he or she calls a strike or an out. No technology can replace the referee who throws a flag on the football field for an offsides call. No technology can replace the shrill of the whistle from the referee on the basketball court when calling a foul. It is you, not technology, that brings the human dimension to officiating. It is you, not technology, that often makes watching sports entertaining. It is you, not technology, that people admire. They admire your skill, your integrity, and your personal courage. So I'm here just to say thank you. Thank you for your professionalism and for making the tough calls. No one remembers the good calls. They only remember the contentious calls. Remember, it is you, not technology, that makes the difference every day. Thank you for being such wonderful role models. I hope you have a great conference.